Hey guys, welcome back to Explore Electronics. In this video, let us try to explore some VLSI job domains which are there in all the VLSI companies. VLSI, as the name says, very large scale integration, is the field that includes various job domains. Each are focusing on the different aspects of IC design, fabrication, testing, as well as manufacturing. So here are some common job profiles or the job domains within a VLSI industry. Before going directly to the domains, let us understand the basic flow how it will works. Starting with the specification of the chip, then comes the design, then verification, then synthesis of that design, then partitioning to that into the chip, and then testing with an insertion of fault models. Then comes the floor planning, placement, routing, and finally the GDS file is going to be ready for the fabrication. The very first role which we say is Asik Design. Asik Design engineer involves creating the customized integrated circuits. It means designing a particular application chip. It will be suitable only for that particular application. That will be called as Asik Design. This design involves in a design of microprocessors or the graphic processors, communication chips, or any ASIC chips. This domain requires a knowledge of verilog, digital electronics, logic design. You need to apply your logic while designing the application specific ICs, and some standard communication protocols like AMBA protocols are very much required to get into this domain. This FPGA design engineer is going to work similarly as ASIC design engineer. He is also write verilog code or VHDL code to satisfy the functionality of the requirement. But here FPGA, that means field programmable gate array design, involves creating the circuits that can be reconfigured after manufacturing. Device that can be reprogrammed. That's why FPGA design work on designing the logic, routing, and interfacing with FPGA devices. So this domain also requires a knowledge of digital logic, digital electronics, as well as verilog VHDL with some communication protocols. Then comes analog and mixed signal design. Here both analog as well as digital circuits will be there. It means an IC consisting of analog components as well as digital components. Analog components such as amplifiers, filters, analog to digital converters, so on, are come under analog circuits. With that, some digital functionality also need to be involved. If you take an example of RF design, where the radio frequencies and the design with respect to those circuitries are much come under AMS design. So this mixed signal circuits need to be analyzed with respect to the waveforms, operating points are concerned. For the different frequencies we need to design the circuit. That knowledge is much required if you get into analog and mixed signal design. So here you need to monitor the waveforms of the analog circuits, and you need to change the criterias of the circuit accordingly. Here you need to have an understanding of low power as well as low area constraints while designing the circuits. Then comes design verification. As the design engineer codes in Verilog and he makes that design as a Verilog code, the functionality check need to be done by the design verification team. Design verification engineer ensures that design code functions correctly as per the requirement. The design verification engineer is going to develop the test bench, different test cases, and he ensures the functionality of the design, whether it will function to the set of inputs to the outputs correctly. And this domain requires again digital circuits, digital logic, as well as Verilog, as well as system Verilog. Nowadays industry is using UVM, that is universal verification methodology, which is built on the system Verilog for verification. And also a scripting, if you know, with Python and Perl, that will be an added advantage over here. Then comes design for testability. Once the design is made and the netlist is out, the design for testability plays an important role here in the development of test programs as an interface for the test application and for the diagnostics. And the identification of faults in the design with insertion of any faults models and the scan insertions. The design for testability plays an important role in testing the design with respect to these fault models. So this domain requires an understanding of ATPG, that is automatic test pattern generation, fault models, scan insertions, and the different testing patterns. Then comes the circuit design. In your graduation, you might have done this in your laboratories. By taking the MOSFETs, you are going to design a simple circuits. The same kind of role plays in the circuit design field. In the circuit design, you are going to directly design a IC with a transistor level circuit. A transistors, as we say MOSFETs, will be connected accordingly with different VLSI technologies are involved to achieve low power and as well as low area constraints. The knowledge of different low power and low area techniques are required here. With mass transistors and circuitry knowledge, this circuit design field also requires an EDA tool handling capability, and you need to well versed with how the tool works, and you need to get adapted into the analysis of circuit results. Then comes the physical design. Once the circuit is ready or the netlist is ready, then we need to get into the layout of that, and we need to make that subsystem to be placed accordingly, and the different ways of checking with respect to area, power as well as delay need to be monitored. So in the physical design, engineers work will be on the layout, optimization of ICs, including floor planning, placement, routing up to the timing closure. The timing closure involves all the timing parameters, delays with respect to each and every signals. So this physical design engineer role requires an understanding of static timing analysis also, and also placement as well as routing concepts, and here also a scripting language knowledge is bit required. But in the physical design, much coding effort is not required. All the things what the physical design engineer is going to do in a tool. So much coding effort is not there over here. Next comes the SoC design. As we know, SoC, that is system on chip, it contains the major complex components, or we can say all the multiple IPs are going to be integrated together and SoC is made. So here the understanding of processors, memory, interfaces, peripherals onto a single chip is required. SoC, it is a complex subsystem which contains different aspects of the complex circuit. It may be a smartphone device, it may be an application of an automotive electronics, or any advanced component. If you take, the SoC will be there. So this requires SoC design flow, architecture, understanding of computer architecture is much important, and then different set of memories and memory mapping and processors and controllers is very important here. Then comes the testing and manufacturing. Once the GDS file is ready, then it will be given to the fabricator, where the engineers work on the wafer. So testing and packaging testing as well as the quality and reliability of the fabricated ICs are going to happen. And also the fabrication process is much different from the what we discussed so far. So this domain of testing as well as manufacturing requires test domain development, test strategies and methodologies for testing an IC, and knowledge of specialized equipment for the identification of faults in the IC, and meeting the constraints as well as the specifications of the design is much required here. Then comes VLSI application engineer. Application engineer is the one who is going to communicate with respect to the clients as well as the designers, we can say. So he need to demonstrate the work to the clients and taking the feedback from the clients. So he required both hardware as well as software knowledge here. He need to address the clients with respect to their demands, and the satisfaction result or the feedback need to be bring back to the design team. So this requires understanding of the tools or the EDA tools and the software or the hardware which the company is going to produce. These are the major domains of VLSI, and this VLSI field having a promising future, and the advancement of AI is also coming into VLSI, but that is not much affecting on the jobs in VLSI. So there are many investments we see in these days, even in India and other countries. So this is a promising domain where a graduate and postgraduates can dream of their job in VLSI. Thank you.